Hey, what's going on, y'all? You're watching DaveTV. I am at the Vans Warp Tour 2015. It is the 21st year they're out here doing this, and I'm here with Cheska. What's going on?
I'm just standing here talking to you while you were eating a cookie that I didn't get to have.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have got extras. I would have known. Tell me about how you guys got hooked up on the Warp Tour.
I've been talking to Kevin Lyman, who's the owner of the tour.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, like I've been talking to him since I was like 12. I came up to him with our very first CD, like, hey, can I play the Warp Tour? And we didn't play, but we've just kind of been keeping in touch since then. And finally this year he gave me an opportunity.
That's awesome.
Honestly, like, I've been trying so hard at the Warp Tour that this particular year I was just like, man, if I don't get the Warp Tour, I don't know if I should pursue it anymore. Like, it's so tough. But then it happens, I'm like, okay, maybe this is just the year.
There's the cookie lady. We should go take.
We're eyeing her. She can't leave. Stay.
No doubt. Well, we can find her. She's burning incense.
Yeah, I'll find her later.
So that's an awesome opportunity. Myself, I went to the Warp Tour for the first time, the second time around. That makes me old, number one. Number two, I've been a big fan of what he does for years, and I'm really stoked that he's kind of kept up with musical trends instead of falling into what people always thought he'd be doing from step one, you know?
Yeah.
And what are some of your favorite bands that you're playing with on this tour?
I haven't really gotten to see some of the bands I want to see, but what have I seen? I've seen parts of Metro Station, I've seen Mod Sun and Neck Deep. They're all really, really good. BB Rex is killer. And then pretty much everyone on the Ernie Ball stage, I've seen them all and they're all like really good. It's a really nice family there.
Yeah. Mod Sun, a lot of people say, so they must be knocking it out.
Yeah, Mod Sun's killer, and he sends this huge message of positivity, which is really cool. Oh, also the Kenneths. They're like a punk band. They're really new. They're like 7 months old. They're really good too.
So how long have you been playing? You mentioned trying to get on the Warp Tour for some time, so clearly you've been at it for a while.
About 5 years or so.
Yeah.
I was like 12. I'm 17 now.
Yeah, I'm 27, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
You're not sure?
I just check every year and I say, oh yeah, 27, I think.
Yeah, we should get that checked.
It's not real important. That's awesome. So besides doing this, what was the bulk of your gigs like? Did you come up from a local scene kind of vibe, or how did you get where you are now?
Well, I started in Virginia, and we did a lot of shows on the East Coast. Then moved over to California, did a bunch of shows there, did some in the Philippines, did more shows in California. Like, we did a lot of random shows, but I feel like all of them was just kind of getting me experience for something like this.
Did you do that independently booking?
Yeah.
Van, I mean, all the way to the Philippines, but I mean, you know, primarily you going around in a van, or what do you do?
Prius. This is my parents' Prius.
Wow. Tight quarters. Is it 3 of you?
Well, the band?
Yeah.
There's 4 of us.
Yeah, 4, okay.
So right now we're in an RV, so we have it pretty nice.
So I bet you have AC. I've been asking AC and not many have.
We do have AC.
That's number 2. You're number 2.
Yeah, it's really nice. But like in Arizona, the generator broke down because it was 16 degrees or something like that. It was way too hot. So we tried to retreat in the RV and we're like, no.
Everybody I've talked to today has a horror story about Arizona.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
I like
right?
it. I like it. That's good.
I'm not going to say anything. The actual show was really cool. Like, I met a lot of really nice people. All that was good. But it's just the weather.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the last 2 years here, it was about like that, I'm sure. This year, we've got this little breeze happening, which better kick right back up, because that's why I'm planted here in front of the door. But, you know, maybe it was the cookie, I don't know. But, you know, weather-wise, though, it rained this morning, so thankfully it didn't get too humid. But yeah, early on, it's like 7 a.m., but yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't wake up until like 8, and then I went to breakfast.
So you are basically doing your shows, jumping, maybe you probably get to see a few bands, and then on to the next town?
It depends on the set time. If we have an early set time, then it's kind of hard because I do a lot of promoting before the show. So like I'll wake up, eat breakfast, and then I'll do posters everywhere. We find out set times at 10. So like as soon as we do that, we're like, okay, let's go. So the band goes and we do posters everywhere. I tape arrows on the ground towards the stage.
Yeah.
And then around 10:30, I go out in the line and I start talking to people.
That's awesome.
So it really depends. The first couple of days I didn't really get to see anyone, but I feel like I'm going to see a lot of people today. I'm banking on Metro Station and Never Shout Never.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I haven't seen them yet. I saw like one song on Metro Station because I was on my way to the showers. I was holding my towel. I'm like, yeah.
At least you get the showers. I see people with the water bottle in the parking lot, you know.
Okay, everyone has an opportunity to shower. That's the thing. There are showers for everyone.
Wow.
So people just choose not to shower. But I am also a person that occasionally chooses not to shower. But but I'll like skip a day, do the baby wipes occasionally, and then I'll get in the real shower. So I'm gonna shower today. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Hashtag truth.
Hashtag truth.
That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's just hard because you have to wait in line, so people don't want to do that.
You know, what is the coolest thing? You know, obviously you had intentions of being on the Warped Tour. It's only been, have you been on Pomona like 8-9 days now, right?
Yeah.
So what's the coolest thing so far, besides this interview?
In general?
Experiences, whether it's an audience or, you know, meeting somebody along the way, seeing a new band. There's been a lot of answers for that.
Food.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The catering is so good.
Awesome.
Like, this is so terrible because I look forward to the show, yes, but I really look forward to lunch and dinner.
That's awesome.
Because they always have something new and it's always really good. And plus catering time is like rest time / social hour.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Has it happened today?
Today we had Sloppy Joe's.
I just watched the Saturday Night Live Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe with Adam Sandler, like yesterday.
Okay, so it's new. So I was just like,
Oh no, it's old. It's but it's really old. So,
okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. I got to look it up then.
Lunch Ladyland, Adam Sandler. Yeah, it's a beautiful experience. After having Sloppy Joe's, I'm sure you'll appreciate that.
I'm sure I shall.
And what's going on after Warped Tour?
After Warped Tour, we're releasing some music.
Yeah.
So I did some songs with Tim Armstrong from Rancid.
Oh yeah, I saw you talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He taught me what it is to be punk,
Awesome.
which is all about like loving your community and you're like being accepting of other people, which is interesting because punk really gets a bad rep. You know, people think it's about being rebellious and like breaking the law, breaking things in general, which I guess some people choose to do that, but that's not what punk is based from. You know, it's based off of something really good.
Tim Armstrong was one of the fellas I had met at the second Warped Tour when I first went to see Warped. Genuine fella, so awesome, had his hands in so much music. I heard it, I'll act like I never heard it, but how did you hook up with Tim Armstrong?
It was from my manager. He just knew him because he did a thing with Jimmy Cliff and Tim Armstrong because he was managing Jimmy at the time. So I met him and then he was just in his like chair looking intimidating, and you know, he's a punk guy and I didn't really know what it was, so I was so scared. He gave me this like tuner for the acoustic guitar and I just didn't know how to use it. I was fumbling like crazy. I'm like, oh God. And then we started playing and it was really good. We connected instantly.
Were you a fan of Rancid prior?
I was a fan of like songs from Rancid, but I didn't really like listen to Rancid until I started working with them.
How about your guys?
Oh my God. Blue, he's our bassist, obsessed with Rancid. If you go in his car, that's the only thing he'll play ever.
That's great. I love them. I think they're great.
Yeah, they're really good.
Well, that's got to be a good door opener for you for sure. So it's great. But, you know, if you didn't have the music to back it up, it wouldn't really matter. And I really dig what y'all do. So I thank you for doing the thing with me here. And that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Absolutely. What kind of stuff did you listen to growing up? Did you have music in your life growing up?
Yeah, but my music thing didn't really start until I was a little older. I guess I kind of banked off of what my parents liked, which was a lot of classic rock and stuff. And then I started getting into like No Doubt and Garbage, and then the Warped Tour thing. So all those bands. And then now it's just kind of all over the map. Tim sent me a large Dropbox of like super, super old punk bands to listen to. So I've kind of been going through that recently.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's super cool.
Wow. Yeah, I love Garbage. I'm glad they're out doing it again. That's I never thought I'd see that. So good times. Well, you know, I've been asking, not as I haven't already asked some wacky questions, but a wacky question. Do you remember your last Google search?
Sassy cat, I think.
Awesome.
Sassy cat.
You are the third cat-related answer.
But the thing is like, I don't like cats.
That's what the internet's for, apparently.
Yeah, like cats are dominating the internet, and it sucks because I'm a dog person, and I feel like cats are evil because they scratch and bite me. Like every single cat I've ever met has scratched and bite me, but they're addicting on the internet. I don't know why.
And their attitudes, what's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. But the sale cat, okay, you know what? Yeah, cats are okay.
I still like my dachshund better, but we have a cat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to do Dave TV. I appreciate it. I wish you the best on this Warp Tour. Yes. And thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Vans Warp Tour, San Antonio. Rock.